One the offer. Cal Weston's life had slipped into a comfortable, colorless rhythm. Wake up. Navigate the endless congestion of Sector 9's megacity streets. Input code for 10 hours in a cubicle illuminated by flickering neon. Go home. Heat a nutrient pack. Leap. Repeat. He didn't hate it. But he certainly didn't love it. One evening, while scrolling absent-mindedly through his holofeed, an ad caught his eye. Tired of loneliness. Seeking companionship among the stars. Sign up for the Interstellar Union's Alien Match program. True connection is only a click away. Cal laughed. Spam, obviously. But something in the ad seemed different. Maybe it was the way the tagline spoke to the void he'd ignored inside himself for years. Maybe it was the drink he had nursed longer than usual. Or maybe it was the simple, gnawing human need to hope. He clicked. The application was simple. No demands for photos, no lengthy psychological profiles. Just one question. Will you trust the unknown for the chance at happiness? Cal, against every rational impulse, pressed yes. To the pact. The next morning, Cal thought he'd dreamed the entire thing. Until the knock came at his door. Two officials in sleek silver uniforms stood there, holding a crystalline data tablet. Cal Weston. Yes, he said cautiously. Congratulations. You have been selected for the Union's pilot integration program. They gave him a brief rundown. His bride would arrive from the planet Veshia Prime, one of Earth's new diplomatic partners. Veshians, though humanoid, had significant physiological and cultural differences. Marriages were arranged to foster deeper interspecies alliances. There would be no previews, no pictures, no backing out. You accepted the terms, the official said with the dispassion of someone delivering a package. She accepted as well. When? Cal asked, overwhelmed. 3 days. They handed him a small vial. Drink this tomorrow night. It will help synchronize your biochemistry. And with that they were gone. Cal stared at the vial. Bright blue, shimmering like liquid sapphire. What the hell had he gotten himself into? 3. The arrival. The day came faster than Cal could have imagined. They told him to meet his bride at Dock 17, where personal starships disembarked. Cal stood there, awkward in his best and only pressed suit, clutching a bouquet of artificially grown star lilies. The ship descended, silent and sleek, its hull glimmering in the twilight. The ramp lowered. Out stepped a figure wrapped in a flowing garment of silver and blue. Her movements were graceful but purposeful. She approached, and as she came closer, Cal's heart thundered against his ribs. Her skin was a soft shade of violet, her hair cascading down her back in thick silver waves. Her large, luminous eyes, one teal, the other gold, stared at him with a mixture of curiosity and something else he couldn't place. She was breathtaking. Cal remembered to breathe. Barely. I am Lyra of House Velrin, she said, her voice melodic but accented. Are you Cal Weston? I am, he managed to croak. She inclined her head slightly, a gesture of respect. I accept this union, she said simply. Do you? He thought about running. Thought about laughing and claiming this had all been a mistake. Instead, he looked into her alien, beautiful eyes and said, Yes, I do. For the learning curve. Marriage to a Veshia Prime citizen was an adjustment. Lyra moved into his modest apartment, instantly making it feel too small and too loud with her presence. She was meticulous, arranging things by function and not aesthetics. Their languages were similar enough thanks to translation nanotech, but humor, sarcasm, and subtlety often escaped her. Their first morning together, Cal made her breakfast. Pancakes, a classic Earth comfort. She tilted her head, studying the stack skeptically. You cooked and stacked food. It's how we do it, he said, amused. She picked up the entire stack with one hand and took a single massive bite, syrup dripping down her chin. Cal burst out laughing, the sound so unguarded that Lyra blinked at him, confused at first, then smiled, a slow, radiant expression that lit up the room. They learned each other's quirks slowly. She couldn't stand Earth music. She found the rhythm chaotic. He couldn't get used to her nighttime rituals, which involved humming softly to the stars before bed. She believed in memory stones, small crystals that recorded important feelings, which she insisted on planting in a small dish by the window after every emotional moment they shared. Yet somehow none of it felt wrong. Just felt new. One evening, Cal found her sitting on their tiny balcony, gazing up at the night sky. "Do you miss home?" he asked. She hesitated. "Sometimes. Veshia's skies are gold, not black. I miss my sister's songs. But..." She turned to him, her expression serious. "You are my home now." Cal's throat tightened. No one had ever said anything like that to him before. He sat beside her. The stars above didn't seem so cold anymore. 5. The crisis. 6 months in, things took a dark turn. Anti-integration protests had been bubbling under the surface for months. Xenophobic groups claimed that alien unions were a betrayal of Earth's sovereignty. One night, as they walked home from the market, a group of masked men blocked their path. "Earth for Earthers," one spat. Lyra stepped protectively in front of Cal, despite him being twice her size. Her body stiffened, coiled like a spring. They didn't stand a chance. Lyra moved faster than human eyes could track. With a few swift, practiced motions, she disarmed 2 of them and sent another sprawling to the ground with a well-placed sweep of her leg. The others fled, dragging their wounded with them. Cal stood there stunned. Lyra turned to him, breathing hard. "You are hurt?" she asked urgently. He shook his head. Her shoulders relaxed. Later that night, as he patched the scrape on her arm, Cal finally asked, "You've done that before, haven't you?" "My people value peace," she said quietly. "But we are prepared to defend what is precious." She looked at him then, not just with affection but with absolute devotion. Cal realized with sudden clarity that he wasn't just an obligation to her. He wasn't a political pawn. He was loved. 6. The deepening. Their bond deepened after that night. Cal began to understand the full extent of Lyra's culture. Veshans bonded through more than ceremony. They intertwined their fates. It wasn't a choice made lightly or easily undone. One evening, she gave him a small stone, swirling with captured starlight. "It holds my first memory of you," she said. "Your face when you saw me for the first time." He swallowed hard. In return, he gave her something he never thought he'd part with. His grandfather's old compass, a relic from a forgotten Earth before megacities swallowed the landscape. "It always pointed him home," Cal said. "Now it points me to you." She accepted it reverently, as if he had handed her a piece of his soul. And maybe he had. 7. The choice. A year passed. Cal was offered a promotion, one that would require relocating to a different colony, one not as welcoming to alien citizens. When he hesitated, his supervisor said bluntly, "You'll have better opportunities, Cal." "But," he frowned, "you might have to reconsider your living arrangements." The message was clear. If he wanted to move up, Lyra would have to be left behind. That night, Cal sat in their apartment, staring at the offer.